everybody, and welcome to the delightful Forza Horizon. I'm driving the Fiat Abarth 500, and, so...
Let me know what you need.
Collect my barn find here real quick. So, I actually have a few things to say before I, continue upon this path.
And you don't have to be some suave English super spy to appreciate this classic. Aston Martin sure made history when they made her. So don't go getting her involved in any Secret Service pile-ups, alright?
Okay. So, anyway, hello everybody, and welcome back to Forza Horizon. Now, I say welcome back because the first time I tried to record this, it turned into a nightmare. This game is really not the best running game on the Xbox One, which is what I'm playing it on. It actually runs terribly, to say the least. It did, anyway, and it still can. I don't know why I left. It had so many frame rate issues. I mean, so many. This game was running at like, like 5 to 10 FPS, and it was really awful. I couldn't get this game to run properly. I had to uninstall and reinstall it about 11 times in the total process of getting it to the point of where I wanted it, where it was running actually quite decent. The game is running a lot better now. I uninstalled the game multiple times and I cleared the 360 save, cache multiple times for this game to run at a decent frame rate, which there is still somewhat a problem with lagging. It still does lag quite a bit, but it depends on what you're doing. Typically, if you have a race with a lot of cars in it and you're doing a lot of stunts and stuff, it will lag more. If you are driving really fast, it will lag more often. I'm just trying to find some nice wheels for this car. I don't want to put something too grubby on this beautiful Aston. You know what? I really could just keep the original wheels on there, but I'm just gonna look a little bit. I tried to get this game to run at a decent pace. I finally got it running well enough to the point of where it was playable. And so I've been playing it for the last few days, kind of just getting a feel for the game. You know what? I think I'm just going to leave the original rims on it. It looks gorgeous. I don't really want to ruin it. So, with how the game was running, I figured that I would do another video. Now, I have a video on my channel, my YouTube channel, talking about how broken this game was, with the proof of how it was running. Actually, I want to change cars. And I showed that it was running very, very badly. And I figured that I would stream again, do like a little one-time stream to kind of showcase the game, talk about the game, and why you should pick this game up. That's the point of Once Upon a Stream. So, this is the Ford GTX 1. This was Ford's Special Edition GT that they released. I think there was only 5 of them made. I'm not really quite sure. And I'm going to drive and do these showcase events to kind of show off. I think I'm going to do the Mustang versus the Mustang one. I'm going to show off some of these showcase events and why they're so cool. So, when I finally got the game to run, the problem was the DLC was not working properly. As you'll hear, there's no music, and I will get into that in a second. as to why I'm not using music. But yeah, so the DLC didn't work. I had to uninstall all the DLC and reinstall every piece of DLC individually. I did it each piece one at a time. I would restart the game every time I install a piece, and once I had done that, I had to check in the car store, the in-game car store, as to if the DLC was there, and it would be. So then, after I had all the DLC installed, I would sit and play. I sat and played for about 5 hours to make sure that the game didn't lag down to its 5 FPS every 3 seconds, or, well, every 2 seconds ordeal. And once that had happened, I'd kind of deemed it, okay, this game runs slightly well enough. Now, there hasn't been a patch. I have been told on my video that Microsoft is looking into a patch for this, which obviously is going to have to be done by turn 10. And with them working on Forza Horizon 3, I don't know when we're going to be able to get this patch. So hopefully that we're going to get a patch on this game, hopefully, so that it will run decently. I can't believe there's another upgrade sign I missed. I have 90 out of 100. And I'm hoping that they'll make it so that this game runs smooth as butter on this system. I believe that this game was actually really rushed out. See, you saw the frame drops there. You're seeing the frame drops. Oh. Yep, see? This is what I'm talking about. And if you quit the game, I just want you to notice that it doesn't help. So I'll quit the game and it'll go back to the single player screen. I figured, oh, well, this might actually help it. But it doesn't. I'll go back into the game here and it will still be running at this pace. But it seems to be okay. The problem, I'm just going to fast travel so we don't have to drive all the way back there, spend the 10 grand, why not? So, you saw the frame drops there. That's basically what happens. It does that. Once it starts doing it, it typically doesn't stop. This is the first time I've just restarted the game from the main menu, and it's actually worked. But typically, I feel like this game was rushed to the platform. I feel that because it only came out a day before it was released for games with gold on the Xbox One, and I feel like this game was rushed to the platform to get it up with games with gold, and I feel like it was not tested beforehand to say, hey, this game runs well on the platform, because it ran so badly, and as you saw from that, it still can run very badly. So the game isn't ready. It isn't ready to be released for this platform, which is a bummer. So the second time I tried to do this was here just a little bit ago. I actually streamed a little bit earlier. I did about 40 minutes. And my Twitch stream, I was going to upload it to YouTube, and my Twitch stream lost all the audio because of the music. My Twitch stream was completely censored because of the music, because we live in a world full of greed, and if you're not paying for every little bit of everything nowadays, you can't use it. And it doesn't matter if it's fair use or not, nobody cares. So, now that I've complained about that, let's talk about the good things about this game. And the first good thing is this. So this is a showcase event, and this is where this game shines. It shines quite well in the perspective of there's not too many racing games that have ever done really cool extreme things. Typically, arcade racers are just kind of, you know, they drive well, but they're kind of like they either have a really terrible story or no story at all. And this game doesn't have a story, but it has these really cool races. So this is the first one that you'll do, which is this Boss 429 Mustang, which is gorgeous, by the way. And you will race against that, a Mustang. It's the Mustang plane. I don't know its full title, but I know that it's a plane from World War II. And the fact that you get to race against a plane in this game is ridiculous. I mean, look at that. And you get the vibration of the plane flying over you, and it's just it's so epic. Because you have to... The plane is faster than you in a straight line, but it has to make these very wide-angled turns. So, you know, that's where the even match comes in, is that when you're going around these corners, you're faster around corners, but in a straight line, the plane can outperform you. So, there is another air race. There's a few of them. Another one that I'm not going to play, but I'll tell you about, is a hot air balloon race, where you're racing in an Audi Quattro against a bunch of hot air balloons. I think like about 7 of them. And basically you have to make it to the finish line before they make it to the finish line. And they've already started way ahead of you. They are way out in the distance ahead of you. And so you're racing across dirt and, you know, street to beat them. And it's just this really cool idea of a race, and there's all kinds of different races in here. So some of the showcase events aren't just racing against planes or whatever. There's also... Oh dear. I'm actually going to finish this race to show you how bad this lag is. I just want this to sink in. Oh, it seems to have fixed itself. Okay, cool. Because typically when that starts, it's done. You're here. It's done. So you will sometimes race in little circuit races, and one of them is racing a bunch of Mini Coopers. Another one is racing a bunch of Fiat Abarths, which you saw at the beginning of the video. That's another race that you can do. You'll actually race against a helicopter. You'll race against a helicopter in a Corvette as it kind of trails behind you. So you can see he's coming up on the finish line. Will we make it? Yeah, we got it. So yeah, that's how that works. So yeah, there is... There are these really, really cool races that you can do against all different types of vehicles. Now, there's in the second one... Oh man, I'm trying to remember something from the second one. It's been so long since I've played. Can I remember any? I probably can't. I know that that Forza Horizon 3 is going to have a steam train that you're going to be able to race against. But I don't feel like I can remember any from the second one. It's been so long since I've played, it's kind of just hard to remember. So, yeah, there's Manic Mini, which is the one I was just talking about with the Mini Coopers. There is the High Noon Balloon, which I also described that you can do. There is the Wind Tunnel, which is the helicopter versus the Corvette. The Scorpion Sting, which is the Fiat Abarth race. And then there's this one up here, which is Biplane Beatdown. So I think I'm going to fast travel back here. I don't know why I'm facing that way. So there's some pretty decent cars in this game. So just to give you a little bit of example, there's Javelin, there's the Ascari KZ1R. There's a various amount of Astons, some of which are DLC. The DBS, there's the Zagato, the 177. Audi's got a few rolling in. Of course, Bentley's got the Continental. There's some BMWs, some nice BMWs too, including the M3 GTS, which is DLC. Of course, the Veyron Supersport, which is always the ultimate for me. I'm always going for that car. Chevrolet's got a few. The Bel Air is DLC. A couple of Corvettes. There's the Devon GTX. Of course, there's a few Dodges. You know, a couple of crap Dodges. And one good one. There's the Eagle Speedster. In Ferrari, there's always the most expensive cars. But, you know, there's the F40, the F50, the 458 Italia, the Enzo, the 599XX, of course the 599XX Evolutionizon, and the F40 Comptizione. So you get a good round of Ferraris. Ford's got some weird shit. There's a SVT Raptor Halo Edition. There's a few Mustangs. There's the GTX. There's the GT40s. Oh god, the game's gone to lag shit again. Oh god. No! Stop lagging, you bastard! There's the Grumpert Apollo Enraged. And now the game's completely frozen. Oh, there we go. There's the Hennessy Venom. There's a bunch of stuff. But now the game's lagging to hell. See, I want people to see this. I want people to see how this game runs. This is what I put up with. I'm actually holding the trigger right now to drive, and it's not doing anything. See, look at this. Nightmare. Look at this nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. The 4 people watching, I want you to see this. I want you to see this shit. And see what how this game runs. It might fix itself, it might not. I feel like it's not going to. I feel like I'm going to have to quit out and then go to the main menu and then come back in and see if that's done anything. It's a nightmare. If you love Forza Horizon, I would say please don't play this on the Xbox One yet. If you have a 360, by all means download this game and play it. It is amazing, and I will get back into what makes this game so good if I can get it to run properly. It's so broken. It is so broken on this platform. I don't understand why they rushed it out. There we go. I think we're running better now. Here we go. All right. Good. So I was going to go up here to the biplane beatdown, do another little showdown race to show why these showdowns are so good. What you see on here is no bullshit. This game runs not good. You will still see little bits of frame drop. And even though this is a free game, even though this was given out for free, it is still just not ready for this platform. It's a game I loved so dearly, and it runs so badly. Whee! There we go. Got a good jump. Woohoo! Oh, my. More! Oh, no! We're out of control. But this game is... You know, I don't want to talk about the lag. If it happens, I'm just going to get slightly annoyed. But I want to talk about the good things. The good things, driving cars in this game feels so good. If you're not... Okay, if you don't play racing games, if you've never played a racing game before, and this is your first racing game, this is going to be the perfect game for you to play. It's beautiful to look at. It's got such great vistas. It takes place here in Colorado, where I'm from. And it makes Colorado look so gorgeous, even though it's not anymore. Like, back in 2012, when this game came out, Colorado was like the shit, man. It was, as a native, I'm like, oh, this place is so great. And then, you know, now, fast forward 4 years, and there's so many housing developments being built. Makes me sad. But, you know, it shows the beautiful nature of Colorado, and you get to drive some of the coolest cars in the world in this game. And, you know, it makes driving feel so unique and fun. And, you know, yes, this game has the inner cockpit view. So if you're into driving in, you know, first person, you got the cockpit view, you got the up close view. You know, it's gorgeous. So we'll do another showcase event. This is a Ferrari F40 versus a biplane from 1930, I think, maybe. I got an email about answering a question on Amazon. While this is loading, shall we read it? It's about my gold sword that I just bought. Will the gold finish come off if used on Tamashigiri or cutting in general? If you'd like to know, no, it shouldn't. For anybody who's watching this, if you have a gold sword, it probably shouldn't. Alright. So we're going to start this race. This is cool as hell. Gorgeous car. Ferrari F40 is actually my favorite Ferrari of all time. This is the game. This is the car that screams Miami Vice. When you're like, you know, when it comes to the 80s, this is it right here. You know, cocaine and I had to go straight to drugs. Coke, you know, and strippers and, you know, hard alcohol, you know, on the Miami Strip, you know, palm trees, beaches, and this, you know, the Ferrari F40, just, oh, fuck yeah. I mean, plus, how can you go wrong if you've never played a racing game before and you want to start? This is the game, man. Like, you get to race against planes and shit. How cool is that? I don't know any other games that are like, hey, you can race against a plane. This is it. I mean, the biplane's winning by just a tiny little fraction, but look how fast I'm going. I'm going 140 miles an hour. This game is so fucking brilliant. Oh god, no! Not the lag! No! No! How dare you! You can't do this to me now, game! I won't allow it! I want this race! There it is. Alright, it's fixed itself. You know, you got planes, you got hot air balloons, you got nice races with little Mini Coopers and all kinds of shit. Here he comes, he's coming in! Am I gonna catch him on the straightaway? Yes, I am. Fucking right. I'm just gonna cancel the ghost upload, who cares? So, you see that, and by the way, I get to keep the car, too. And I got $17,000 and a sweet car. Which, by the way, I'm gonna drive in. Do I want to get into it? Hell yes, I do. So it's really just this fantastic game where you can do sprint races, circuit races, and you do them to earn wristbands. And when you earn wristbands, this is like Breckenridge, by the way. This little town here, it's like little Breckenridge. When you earn wristbands, as you can see, I'm at the green wristband, and I'm going to be going up to the blue. So the higher you go, the better races you do, the more money you earn, and all that cool shit. Let's see, there's Carson over here. And it says Beaumont, but we all know it's Breckenridge. So I'm going to fast travel back here and go to the garage and kind of tune this up. So there's all types of races that you can do all over the place, and they're all just fantastic. So, a huge variety of cars, and the cool part is that this game, unlike the other Forzas, allows you to customize your car however you want to. So, I can put different front bumpers if they're available, different side skirts, different wings on the car. I have different tire compounds, so it's like, hey, I can have street tires, I can have sport tires, racing tires, I can have rally tires for rally races because there's a rally expansion. I can make the width of my tires wider or shorter. I can give myself different rim styles, which I'm gonna do because I hate these wheels on the Ferrari. It's kind of hard to see the rims though when you do them, so you kind of have to. Ooh, look at that! Fabulous. I don't want something too stupid, but I don't want something that's not cool enough. I kind of like those. Let's put those on. Makes my car an R3. Coing, I love Coing. By the way, another company that I love for wheels as well as just bodies in general and racing, Momo Italy right here. I actually like Momo on Facebook. I love seeing their posts. They're big into BMWs. I can also make my rims bigger or smaller. Well, they start small and then I can make them bigger. It's like, hey, I got 36s. I can upgrade my engine. I can upgrade everything in my engine, upgrade my platform, like my brakes, my dampers, anti-roll bars, my weight reductions, my clutch, my tranny, my differentials, all that stuff, conversions for engine swaps. Just all kinds of awesome stuff that you can do when it comes to upgrading your car, which I don't typically upgrade my car. I don't typically upgrade my car until it auto upgrades because you get used to your car being so fast that you don't even want to slow it down anymore, and it becomes kind of boring, so I just kind of keep them where they are. So another cool thing in this game is that there's cars hidden in barns. They're called barn finds. And you can find these cars all over the place. So these cars include the EB110 Bugatti from '92, one of the greatest Bugatti supercars of all time. The BMW M1, the car that started out the M series, phenomenal piece of history. The Hemi Cuda from Plymouth, one of the greatest muscle cars ever. This car is extremely fun to drive in this game. The Aston Martin DB5, also known for James Bond, way back in Goldfinger and such. Phenomenal car, one of the greatest Astons ever created. And the Mercedes Gullwing Coupe 300 SL, which is probably Mercedes' most classic, beautiful car. Which is one of the few cars that had gull-wing doors. I think probably the only car that had gull-wing doors when it came out in 1954. And there's also 4 more cars I haven't found yet because they haven't been available. But let's head on over to the paint store. So over with the paints, you can paint a car up yourself and do all different designs. If you're artistic, which I am not. So typically I'm not one to make. I used to make my own designs, but they took me days to do because I was very bad at it and it took me a long time. But you can go to the design creator And then you can paint your car however you want. And so I can paint the body, and there's all these huge selection of colors, so I can just paint it however I want. You know what? This is a Ferrari. It's a gorgeous Ferrari. I'm going to paint it purple for my best friend because she loves purple. I think we'll do that one. That one's a nice purple. It's a nice little royal purple. I can paint the hood a different color too if I wanted to. Why bother? Paint the mirrors. Give it a little bit of green. We'll give it some green because she also loves green. Can't paint the wing because it's it's different wings. So we'll I was thinking about doing green wheels, but I think we'll roll with the black wheels. And we'll tint the windows to be black. Bam! It's a purple Ferrari, custom with green mirrors. That's for you, best friend. But yeah, I can add decals. So I can do vinyl shapes. There's all these community vinyls that people do. There's primitives. There's gradient shapes. There's stripes, tears, racing icons, flames, paint splats, tribal, nature, creatures. Is there a cat? Am I blind? Is there no cat? There should be a cat, man. Where's the cat, man? We need a cat. There's no cat. There is, however, a raptor. There's nature. Some cool nature stuff. I did make a snowflake pattern once. And there's all different types of fonts and letters that you can do. But you can also have your own designs. You can download designs from other people. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work. It's kind of loading, searching the storefronts, see if it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work, it was working earlier. The servers are another thing that aren't really working very well on this game. The servers have been like up and down. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Which is kind of unfortunate because I kind of wanted to show off. Oh, there we go. So yeah, as you can see, people will make their own they would make their own designs. So you can see this, and you can kind of toggle the view, see what the car looks like. So this person made this kind of car, this look on this car, which is kind of cool. And you can buy it. Some people release them for free because they're not assholes. But yeah, you can download designs for cars and such. I own a bunch of different cars. So besides the cars I've shown you so far, I have a Mini. I have the Corrado VR6 from Volkswagen, which is the starter car. I have a Lancer Evo X, which is the first car I bought. The Ford F-150 Raptor, which I won from the first ticket holder. Every time you move up a ticket, the competitor that is the best in that class will race against you one-on-one, and you'll win their car if you win. The Fiat Abarth, the Sport Quattro, the Lamborghini Countach LP5000 QV, also 80s. The Corvette Grand Sport convertible, and yeah. So I think we're gonna hop in. We're gonna hop in the Hemi Cuda here. Drive this a bit. So yeah, we'll leave the paint shop here. So this game has it has a few things about it too that you can do besides just racing. I think the game's lagging. Those sidebars are not coming up very well. Oh dear. Lagging a load screen? That's not good. Oh shit. Could be here. Yep, it's lagging. Alright, you know the drill, folks. We quit. Just want to point out, if you're watching this on YouTube, I just had 2 viewers, and then another person just left because they were probably like, "Oh my God, look at that lag." That's what this game does. People don't want to watch it because it's so laggy. It's funny. I think it's funny. But if you're watching this on YouTube, then you don't have to give a shit about, well, you don't have to give a shit about being here while it lags, but you got to sit through it. You get to look at these great loading screens. All right. Oh yeah, this is muscle right here. Oh, what an asshole! Watch where you're going, buddy. So there's also these speed cameras, and the speed cameras allow you to, you know, compete against your friends to see who can go through them the fastest. There's also all these little upgrade signs, which are marked by these little tiny dots right here. You find all these upgrade signs, and they allow you to buy things for lower prices, like upgrades and stuff like that, for much lower prices. So you can do stuff like that as well in getting those. There's also the street racing stuff up here, which I will go and do here in a bit. But Old Spice US Muscle Mash. Let's go do that race. It's a circuit race, and we're in a muscle car. Oh yeah, there we go. You gotta really hold control on this car, because like a classic muscle car, this thing is, if you're not in control, you're out of control. These are the kinds of cars, man, that will destroy your life if you're not careful enough. And they handle very, very well in this game. This car is extremely fast. I love the Plymouth Hemi. A Hemi Cuda. I got a medal. That's another thing, is the 1,000 Club. Woohoo! That was an insane jump. Ibisu style! First time I've gotten one of those since I started playing again. So as you can see at the top there, there's all those points accumulating. And when you do all these stunts, you get points. And those points allow you to level up, basically. You start at 250, and you level up to number 1. And that, you know, when you get up to that level, you're like the most popular driver. It's a popularity meter. So the more popular you are, the more showcase events you can race in. And just the more the radio will talk about you and stuff, it's really cool. So there's the 1,000 Club medals that you see right there. You saw it right there on the side of the screen. I'm gonna race this bitch. Oh no, it's too upgraded. Well, oh well. Just downgraded a little bit. And the 1,000 Club is basically all these little individual challenges for every car in the game. And when you do them all, or when you do a lot of them, there was like achievements that were tied to them. I never really, I did some of it. I didn't do every challenge, but I did play a lot of it when it had come out. It's just a little extra thing you can do when you're driving around. And there was also, so there's Allie Howard, and Allie Howard is the person, he's the guy to beat in the green wristband. So beating him gets you an extra bit of money as well. Screaming. So there was also a rally expansion to this game, which allowed you to do some great rally driving on some different tracks, and there was a few extra cars included, great rally cars. And it was actually a really fun little expansion to the game. Forza Horizon 2 actually had done the expansions better by releasing what they called Storm Island. And Storm Island was this cool, brand new like map where it was rainy all the time, and you were driving like off-road trucks and screaming through the rain, and it was cool. There was jumps and all types of things that you could do. It was just this really, really fun big expansion. There was also a Porsche expansion that came to it, and the Fast and the Furious expansion, which came to it. When they came out with the Fast and the Furious Forza Horizon, it was a free like little mini game that you could play that had all these custom cars from Furious 7, and you would drive around in the Horizon 2 map. Oh great, there comes the lag. Here comes the lag. Do 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 do. Oh my god, it's terrible. Oh shit. I literally can't see what I'm doing. Oh, come on, hold it. Here comes the lag. Do 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 do. Oh god, I have to rewind. I can't even see what I'm doing. Hopefully I can get ahead of them because we're on the last lap now. Now the lag has stopped. Out of the way. So you would play with all the Furious 7 cars, and you would do this, you do all these little challenges and stuff. It was a really fun little mini game that prepped for the Furious 7 film. And so they actually had actually made the little car pack with all the cars, and they had put them into Horizon 2 and into Forza 6. So you could download and play those cars again in the games, and it was a really cool expansion. I'm almost to my next wristband. So yeah, Horizon 2 was set in between France and Italy. And it had these big open fields that you could go to. We're going to go up here to the Illust Eastern Steel, which is this big steel mill up here. We're going to have to buy a car, but I got money. I got you. So it was in France and in Italy, and so there was all these big open fields. There was, farms and like crops and all kinds of cool stuff. There were like, there was hillside cities, just gorgeous vistas, and it was really well done. And now with Horizon 3, which I know my best friend's kind of excited for because it has utes in it. And for those who don't know what a ute is, it's basically kind of like an El Camino. It's a flatbed. It's a flatbed truck-like car that is actually quite powerful. It's very popular in Australia. Illegal to import to the United States. We can't have them. And the game actually has multiple utes. And a lot of Australian cars, because it takes place in Australia. And there's, you can drive on the beach. I have no cars eligible because I have no Asian cars, so I'm going to have to buy one. But you can drive on the beach. There's like forests and the outback, and there's all kinds of, new types of cars, from dune buggies and trophy trucks you're going to be able to drive. What do I want? Well, I kind of want either the Fairlady or the Skyline. I think I'll go with the old Skyline. Paul Walker actually bought one of these. He had owned GTRs outside of his movies, and he actually had found and bought one of these old 70s GTRs. Gorgeous car. I think it went up for auction for charity not too long ago. And he actually drove one in Fast 6. It was in Fast 6. It was black. And they had it in Brazil. Was it Fast 5? Was it Fast 6? I think it was Fast 6. So yeah, with Forza Horizon 3, there's, all kinds of great, Australian type cars and big hills, jumps, and off-roading, and it's just, it's so cool. And the cover car is, every game has a cover car. So for this game, it was the GTS Viper, the 2013 GTS Viper, which was a gorgeous car when it first came out. Woohoo! It's such a lovely piece of history this car is. I think it's the only car to have these, I've never actually seen, besides the Fairlady Z, another car that has the mirrors all the way down at the end of the hood. I'm sure there's probably a few, I just can't remember. But the Horizon 2's cover car was the Lamborghini Huracan, and for Horizon 3, it's the Lamborghini Centenario, which is the 100th anniversary Lamborghini, hence the term Centenario. So you're going to get to drive the Centenario. Oh, great. The lag's back. Hello, lag, my old friend. I've come to speak to you again. I've hit the wall. I couldn't tell. Why? Why, game? Oh my god. The lag is so bad. Why? Oh no, it's so bad. Fix yourself! You can't play the game like this! You can't play the game like this! I'm trying to be positive with this game. Like, as I'm showing it off, I'm trying to be like, oh yeah, this game's so good. And then I'm like, hey, look, if you buy it on the Xbox One, it's gonna ruin your time. Oh, finally. There we go. Thank you. Don't do it again. I'm tired of suffering. Hello, lag, my old friend. I better not sing. Be copyrighted. Because of Twitch. Thanks, Twitch. You're so delightful. Silencing my audio on the first stream that I did was so kind of you. I didn't want to upload that to YouTube and show everybody that this game was doing a lot better, even though it really wasn't. The joys of streaming. A lot of people say, we can't complain being a streamer. You know, you get to play games for a living. Well, that's very true, but I'm not complaining about being a streamer. I'm complaining about games being broken. Because the last thing that any of us need are broken games. I'm really getting sick of this CRX up here. There was a nice Bose sign there. I mean, it's not like you're going to get good audio anyway because I can't show you the music. But that's the other thing I should talk about. The soundtrack to this game is really, really good. There's 3 different stations. One's electronic. One is like alternative. It's like a mix between like pop and kind of like alt pop and like pop electronic. It's kind of like a mix of alt and electronic type of stuff. And then the 3rd station is like alternative and metal and stuff like that. It's got a really good diverse soundtrack. With a bunch of different artists, from Avicii to the Black Keys to Benny Benassi. It's got a good soundtrack. It's actually one of the soundtracks I downloaded all the songs from because I loved the soundtrack so much. Forza Horizon 2's soundtrack was okay. It wasn't as good as this game's soundtrack, but it had its moments. It had some fantastic songs. And of course, it had a classical station too, because, you know, being in Italy, why wouldn't you have classical music? That's actually, when I do a Once Upon a Stream for Horizon 2, which I probably will do sometime in the future. I got $13,000, and I will have earned the blue wristband. Hooray!
Drop by to pick up your blue wristband.
No, I do not, but thank you. I will keep it in my garage, and I will update it later. So there's actually a cool mission that they have these little missions that you do with specific cars, and
You beat me in the championship.
ooh, Allie Howard wants to go.
Let's see who's really the best. Out on
Well,
the
then I'll race you, buddy.
I'll be
That's
waiting.
what you want. One of them was, where am I? Ooh, I am all the way up here. I'm a fast travel. So you would have like a Hennessy Venom GT, and you had to drive like 4 miles in 30 seconds, and the car did like 250 miles an hour, 270 miles an hour almost. So you were driving down the freeway at like 250, dodging cars left and right. It was super intense. And one of the nicer little missions that they had you do was take a Ferrari California, a car that's valued at almost $5 million, down the coast of Italy while listening to classical music. It was so divine. It was just a great moment in a driving game where you could experience being like a classic Ferrari owner, and it was joyous. And there's a lot of fun missions like those that you could do in Horizon 2, and I'm kind of looking forward, hopefully, to seeing those kinds of missions in Horizon 3. I've avoided seeing gameplay of Horizon 3 for a while because I didn't want things to be really given away. All I've seen is the lists of cars, which is totaling 350. So there's a shitload of cars. Australian cars, classic cars, new cars, just a bunch of great stuff. And, probably not lag. Hello, lag, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Oh my god, I might have to quit again, aren't I? Oh no. Why? Why? Back we go. Hello everybody, and welcome back. Welcome to Forza Horizon. If you're just joining us, I'm not starting the game for the first time. Hello everybody on YouTube. This is the video I'm making for Forza Horizon.
Still waiting at Race Central. Come pick it up.
Leave me alone. That's what you need to do, lady. I'm just gonna fast travel. I got the money, and I'm not gonna drive back again. So you can see some of the bands there: Nero, Benny Benassi, Black Keys, all kinds of great stuff. It doesn't show you for very long because, loading screens are very quick in this game, but the gameplay isn't. Excuse me, sir. Birds!
Turn left.
It's also probably lagging even more because I'm streaming it. And 360 games aren't very nice to stream. I found that out after doing Star Wars The Force Unleashed 1 and 2. Makes me never want to stream a 360 game on Xbox One again. I mean, it does lag like this a good amount when I'm playing without streaming. So the winner takes his Dodge Challenger SRT8. So I can choose whatever car I want, really. And I think, you know what? Let's leave this guy in the fucking dust. And let's drive the GTX-1, because this car will slam him into the ground. It does lag like that when I'm playing without streaming sometimes. Not all the time, but I'll take your car, but I don't want it. And you're going to lose anyway. You didn't need flares, it's daytime. You and your Adidas shirt. My Adidas. See you later. Woo! I love racking up those huge amounts of points. It's just like you level up so quickly. Woo! Oh, I did a flip! We better rewind. That's not good. Came over that hill just a little too much. Although I kind of wanted to do that again. But... oh, that drift, though. Where is he? Did he die? I think he's dead. He's not behind me anymore. Oh, yeah, he is. But barely. Maybe it's just because I'm so good. I've actually never seen a GTX in person. I've seen GTs. I saw the new GT in person at E3. But I've never seen a GTX. I don't know who would own one. I don't think I've ever seen or heard anything about people owning GTXs. Sorry about the benches. I won't replace them. What is that little 2 out of 5, I wonder? Shall we look real quick? Oh, smash picnic tables. I don't want to be too easy on him. I mean, too hard on him. I want him to kind of catch up. Because I know he's not going to win, so. Unless the lag gets me. We'll do a 360. We'll do a 180. Woohoo! So yeah, and then you race against rivals like that, and then you get to keep their car since you win. Nope, I don't want it. No thank you. Phoenix Fox on Horizon rocks. So yeah, Darius Flint is the ultimate challenger. He drives a Ferrari, a really fast one. I can't remember what it is. I think it's the 599 Evolution Comptazione. I think. And he's like the #1 guy. Oh, the game's lagging again. Fantastic. But yeah, so there is multiplayer in this game as well as a photo mode. So if you want to take photos of your car, you can do all kinds of cool little images. So like, for instance, there's that Mercedes there. I could take this cool little picture here. I could take this picture here. It's kind of blurry because, you know, the car is driving. So we can focus. There's an effects mode, so you can do like shutter speed. So you can turn all that down so it looks like you're just standing still even though you're not. No, I don't. But yeah. So there's that, and then there's also messages. This is where you get like gift cards and stuff like that, news feeds and like new little gift cards and gift credits, and there's also the sponsor challenges, is what you see the points, me getting the points for. So, and of course the profile for like stats, achievements, which I have every achievement but 2. I'm gonna quit back to the main menu here because it's being dumb. Of course it is. Back into the game. One more loading screen. But
Hey, what's up?
I'm going to drive around a little bit here and say that if you have not really ever done racing games before, if you've never really played them, and you're looking for a game, if you have an Xbox and you're looking for a racing game that's really fun, definitely pick this up. It does have problems, and hopefully these problems will be fixed since, according to some people commenting on my previous video of Horizon being broken, there are the proper people looking into getting this game fixed. And hopefully it happens very soon because the lag is killer. And so if you're looking for a great racing game that you can play on Xbox 360 or Xbox One, this game is fantastic. And with Forza Horizon 3 coming out this month, you can't go wrong. I mean, this is the game that started it all. This was the game where I went, yes, I want more of this. It's a game that took me a long time to play and get all the upgrade boards and to discover all the roads. There's 216 of them. And really just to kind of, have a game that you can sit back, enjoy, relax with, just roam Colorado and have a lot of fun. And I would, oh no, my wing. I would highly recommend picking this game up. Or if you have a friend who has, if you're a PlayStation gamer and you don't have an Xbox, if you have a friend who does, go over and play it on their system. It's a fantastic game. It's one of a kind. It's really fun. It's all about music. There's a lot of great music. The whole festival and everything is really great. So, that's really all I gotta say about this game. It's just a fantastic, fantastic arcade racer, full of lag on this platform. Not on 360. If you play on 360, you're gonna have more luck. How fast is this car gonna go? Shall we find out? Woo, there's a Grumpert Apollo S. I'm topping out at 160. Well, 159, but basically 160. Oh, yeah. Can we stop safely? No, we cannot. I'm dead. Burnout! That's what this car is made for, is burnouts. I made donuts. Are you hungry? But that is going to be it. I'm going to focus it right on Horizon Colorado 2012 right there. Boom. And this great wind turbine swept plains with the broken window. And I will leave you guys on that. I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. If you're watching it on YouTube, you're in luck. It's available for you to watch. Or if you've already watched it, because we're at the end. But thank you for checking out this game. If you like this game, definitely give it a go. It is free on Xbox's Games with Gold program. If you have Xbox Live Gold, you can get this game for free despite its lag. I'm hoping the problems will be fixed very soon, please. You can see it's lagging in the background. You see the cars driving and it's lagging. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to be back on Friday for the Twitch view. Oh, this dick. Oh, he hit me. I'm going to be back on Friday with another episode of Once Upon a Stream. I'm going to be streaming Dead Island Riptide because my Dead Island video went over 200 views the other day, and so I'm going to be doing a Dead Island Riptide stream as kind of like a cool thank you. And I'm thinking, for anybody watching this who's seen my Dead Island video, don't get your hopes up, I'm thinking about doing a Dead Island playthrough. I might do it because it seems to be really popular. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys for watching so much, and I will see you next time.